the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. In this game, we'll see the Charlotte Hornets going up against the Indiana Pacers. Checking out the Pacers, this is a team they played pretty well against last season, going 3-1. They'll look to keep that edge tonight. And the topic here, prior to tip-off, so many teams in the league going up-tempo these days. Kenny, as a player, did you like that style? I'm assuming you had to love it.
Because the one thing about playing up-tempo, Ernie, it brings you back to the roots of the game, why you started playing. If you ever go to a pickup game, you ever go to a park game, no one's stopping play and calling plays. They're going up and down. The big fella Shaq, when he first came into the league, the first thing I saw was him grab the ball coast to coast in the All-American game. That's what players want to do and people want to see.
You know, that was a great example, Kenny, but towards the end of my career and most of my career, I was honestly more of a half-court player. I was pretty fast for my size, but my strength was my biggest edge. In the half-court, barbecue chicken alert. I had to put that work in, Ernie.
That about wraps it up for here. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again later.
That's the 5th barbecue chicken alert.
Live from Charlotte at the home of the Hornets, we're broadcasting from the Time Warner Cable Arena. Well, it was the Charlotte Hornets winning their last game against the Wizards.
I think everyone who saw that game would just have to agree it was about what they could do defensively in terms of winning.
And I thought the activity was tremendous, all over the court defensively. And that kind of hustle is going to pay off for you, and it also is going to keep your coach happy.
Tip-off goes to Charlotte. Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. They've got Paul George. Ellis is out there with George Hill. Then it's Turner. And it's Allen in at the power forward. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. And it's Ellis penetrating. Inside. Hill kicks to Ellis. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Shot, high post. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
For Indiana, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Hill dishes to George. Turner with a screen on Kid Gilchrist. Kicks it out to Ellis. 18 feet out, and he hits the jumper for 2. Ellis has got his second basket of the game.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
Screen by Jefferson. Looks a big height bounce and goes in.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Walker against Hill. Six on the shot clock. Shoots off the screen, and Jones sends it back. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Some changes for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Jefferson. Zeller comes in for Jones. And it's Batum in for Michael Kidd Gilchrist. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Hill, he's checked in for Allen. Solomon Hill comes in for George. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for Ellis. And it's Udrich in for Hill. They set the pick. Batum passes to Kaminsky. The 3. A shot by Batum, no good. The Pacers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Now here's Stuckey. He's tightly guarded.
And checking out the stats for Nicholas Batum. Last year, getting it done. Averaged about 15 points a game. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Absolutely. I mean, he has those real natural scoring instincts. The ability to find creases in the defense, just fantastic.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. Charlotte's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. It's a nice pass in here by Charlotte. 1:53 left to play in the first quarter.
Move the ball.
And there's the feed to Kaminsky. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Chen. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Indiana leading.
Get back, get back.
Pick up by Hill. And Udrih kicks to Stuckey. Plays it up and banks it in.
My goodness, since when does he score off the crossover? Now I've truly seen it all.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Now, here's Walker. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Washington.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
All right, Charlotte. Now we're ready for your viewing entertainment. The Hornets Team. Make some noise.
A look here at last year in the NBA, where the Hornets ranked 13th in free throw percentage, 14th in rebounding, and they were in the top half of the league in block shots.
For Indiana, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. They set the pick. Pass to Udrih. Stuckey outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pulls it from 20. Misses off the left iron.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
That one is good from Chen.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending him.
Here's Udrih following the basket by Freak. The baseline J. And Udrih gets it to go. 8 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Walker. And Charlotte again with the bucket. It's a tie game in Charlotte. We'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And Jeremy Lin, a player who's come a long way in his time in this league, from going undrafted out of Harvard to where he is now. He says he remains very grateful.
I wasn't sure, if my career would ever pan out the way I was hoping for, or if I would be able to stay in the NBA. And so for me to be here playing, to be able to know I'm going to play in the game, in an NBA game, it's just it's pretty cool.
Well, in a game filled with some pretty big egos, there are also guys like that who are living the dream in their own very grateful way. Lin has certainly seen the highs and the lows.
And Kevin, not everyone's a superstar and certain of their future. Sometimes you get to be a superstar for a brief moment in time.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hornets lead by 13. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Coach Vogel, a tough going for your guys so far tonight. What's been the biggest obstacle to pulling off your game plan?
Well, they're just a great defensive team. We're not handling our pressure well enough. We're trying to work it inside. They're fronting, and we got to execute our counters.
Thank you for the time, Coach. Guys, over to you.
Thanks, Doris. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter started.
Okay, guys, solid play so far. I like what I'm seeing. But just a few things to talk about before the second half. I definitely can't find any fault with the way we shot the basketball. Our shot selection has been just like I hoped it would be. We're putting up some very efficient numbers, gentlemen. Now I'll give credit where credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. And just to talk about what we want for the pace of the game, I'd say nice and steady suits us just fine. It doesn't have to be a track meet. And that's all I wanted to go over with you. Let's go play a good half of basketball.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
The biggest problem is dealing with Al Jefferson. He has 8 points, and he's getting it done on the glass, too.
You're right, Clark. He's done some real nice work on the inside.
Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lin. Then there's Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Then there's Terrence Jones. And it's Jefferson in at the center position. And that's the group for Steve Clifford as we begin the second half. George, no good. Hornets leading by 13. Indiana making some changes. Stuckey comes in for Allen. And it's Udrih in for George Hill. And for the Pacers, Paul George is out there with Turner. And it's Udrih. Then there's Rodney Stuckey. And it's Ellis in at the 2. Pass to Chen. The 19-foot shot. And that one's good. And the Hornets lead by 17.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
That's good.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
And so the Hornets can now just hold on to the ball. The Pacers pull it in. Here's Udrih. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark, Greg, and Doris, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And Ernie Johnson is still in the building, folks, for the postgame show. Coming up next.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan player of the game. He found his rhythm in the second half, and there was no stopping him then. He was locked and loaded.
They asked an awful lot from him tonight offensively, and he delivered. When they needed a big bucket, he was the guy they turned to, and he delivered, like I said. I mean, this guy was unbelievable. He did not shy away from the moment.
I love the contribution he gave with his long-range shooting tonight. He was on fire. That turned out to be the big key for them. If someone drove the lane and the defense collapsed, they would always kick it to him for another three. Splaka Katayow!
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.